Hi, is your restaurant struggling to fight those bad customer reviews? Well, you'd be happy to know that most customers only see reviews made in the past 2 weeks. Head Start is here to make sure that your next 2 weeks are successful and moving in the right direction. We basically make your next step so that you don't have to. Think that sounds too good to be true? Well, not only is that our slogan, but it's also our company promise. We started off as a favor for a friend. We were just looking to expand and help the community as well as our own by giving our businesses locally the opportunity to grow through us. Our mission is to help financially deprived restaurants, and our goal is to have high credibility by. Now, I'm sure you're wondering, who am I? My name is Jala, and I am a business consultant at the Next Step Consulting Company. I have had 14 years of training in customer service. I have a degree in business administration, and I am a successful businesswoman. I use my experience, knowledge, and the valuable skills that I've learned through my training to make sure that you guys have the best that you can get. I want you guys to know that we are all trained and we have all had hands-on experience and that we are for sure the best thing for your company. So let's talk about your restaurant, Henry's Louisiana Grill. I know that you guys are here in Georgia and you have worked side by side with your wife since the year 2000. You're featured on many shows for your Cajun food, and you guys specialize in Louisiana dishes such as shrimp broils, 9-foot long po' boys, and other classic Louisiana dishes. You guys are famous in the area because not only have you guys been on a lot of TV shows, but you guys have won lots of countless awards throughout the years. But let's get inside of some of that competition. Now, on one side of the street, you have the Center Street Tavern, which is a bar and grill with TVs galore. They have it all planned out for a family gathering, perfect for after school for kids to come out. And then on the other side, you have a pizza place. You have Pizza by Fusco's. Now, they're also a family restaurant, but they specialize in way more than just pizza. They have traditional Italian dishes that are to die for, which is why we need to pick out some of your strengths to make them extra strong. So let's start here. One of the first things that you see when you look up Henry's Louisiana Grill is this comment right here. It says atmosphere, ambience, and service are great, not to mention the food. The customer seems to be just as thrilled about the service as they are the food, which is a major strength. Another strength is that the owners are there majority of the time. Kudos to you guys because customers love that interaction. When they come back and they see a friendly face, it keeps them there and it keeps them loyal. One of your last strengths is the variety that you guys have on the menu. I noticed that you guys change your menus every season to fit the season. The different menu options guarantee that customers will not only come back, but they're excited to come back. They've tasted some of the food last year and they're happy that it's coming back. Now, although you guys have amazing comments, sometimes you run into some like these. Now, I will say that she does mention that the food was satisfying, but she just didn't feel wowed. Now, I'm not sure if it was because of the Bayou cake that she ordered or the food not being up to par, but I'm really thinking it's the customer service that was brought to her by the waitress. I think that one, the restaurant would need to improve on neglecting its customers. You guys need to make sure that your customers are not only satisfied with the food, but just by being there. Like the other customer said, the ambience is great, but they need that face-to-face connect with the waitress to make sure that they're okay. Another thing that I did notice looking through those comments were things about COVID-19 protocols. You guys need to make sure you guys step it up to make sure that not only is it being used in the restaurants to keep your staff safe, but your customers. We need to have simple things like social distancing, making sure everybody wears masks, doing hourly sanitation, anything to make sure that your customers not only feel safe while they're there, but feel safe when they leave and they talk about how good your place was. One of the last things that people talk about was the reservation system. A lot of people were being told that they didn't need a reservation and then showed up and the line is out the door super long and they have to wait over hours trying to make sure that they can get into your restaurant. You don't want to do that because that's going to make people turn away. That's going to make people leave comments and talk about how they weren't even able to eat the food, to try it. There's so many things that can change and make one of those small negative comments that's a 1 star and turn it into like a 5-star review. But I will say this, the Head Start company is here to make sure that you get your customers that you deserve. One of the other things that we do is we check and look at other restaurants' reviews to see what they're struggling with, to make sure that your strengths and your weaknesses are counteracting with theirs. Something that they struggle with, you can be doing so much better with, and it'll bring those people who turn them away right into your restaurant. Like, for example, the Center Street Tavern. I read a comment that stated, why can't places get 2 things right, service and food? You guys have both. It's just up to you guys to push to make sure that you stay number 1 at getting those both. Very simple, easy to fix mistakes. Let us make sure that that's a thing of the past for you. Now, one of the first things that I want to go over are our recommendations on how you can start to improve some of those negative comments. I'll say, for one, improve the variety of the menu just a little bit. You have pizza placed on the side of you, and you have a bar and grill that has all type of American food. So you're stuck in the middle with only Louisiana dishes. I would say try a little bit more sometimes. I'd say explore menu options that can help you expand. For the second one, I would say that you guys should improve your COVID-19 policy quickly. You guys are behind the ball on this one, and people are starting to notice. Simple things. Just wipe things down. Let them see you wiping things down. Make sure that people have space in between them so that they're not able to hear the person next to them talking and whispering in their conversation. That way we can ensure the safety of our guests to make sure they will be able to come back whenever they want to. And the last thing, when it comes to neglecting customers, simple apology, maybe offer a free dessert, offer to pay a percentage of the check. Any of these can turn a negative review into a positive one. Sometimes taking that extra step will make or break if you have a 5-star restaurant or a 4-star restaurant. Let's talk about threats. Threats are things that can damage your image, your profit, and sometimes your customer loyalty. One of the first things that we notice that is threatening your business is your parking lot. Considering you guys are on the corner of a street and you do not have your own parking lot, you guys share a parking lot with multiple businesses. A lot of those businesses are some of your competition. I say that the fact that you guys do not have your own parking lot is, 1, making it harder for people who cannot physically walk that far. 2, making it harder for your guests to want to come eat with you guys if it's raining. And 3, sometimes it's just quicker to go at the place right next to the car. Another thing that I would find threatening for you guys is the fact that you guys have been popular for so long and on TV that when they come into your restaurant now, they expect the same buzz. They want to be thrilled just like the people who they saw on TV. Simple as that. You guys have a lot of tourists in your areas, and they're expecting you guys to be exactly what they came there for. I would say make sure that you guys are still pushing as hard as you did. Make sure none of that attention, none of that affection you give your customers, make sure none of that dies out. And the last thing I would say is your famous crawfish broil. I know that you guys are hurt that you guys had to stop that due to COVID-19, and you didn't want too many people eating at the same bits of food. But people miss that. And even if you can't do that, let's look for a replacement. We can work together to try to see something that'll fit the eye. Maybe you can ask some of your customers and they can give you some suggestions, but you want to keep those customers because they're fleeing and they're talking about how you guys are not the same. I would say just make sure that you grab their attention while you still have it. On this slide, I have attached everything that I just went over for you to make it easier for you to reference. This chart includes your strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. In conclusion, restaurant reviews are the first impression to the public eye. Make sure that you're always striving to be the best that you can be, and sometimes that does come with a heavy toll. That heavy toll is responsibility. Just make sure that you're responsible for responding to all of those people and letting them know that you truly do care about them. Remember that only a small few steps today will make an improved restaurant tomorrow. Your customers will not only enjoy the food, but they'll just enjoy dining with you. Now, I have enjoyed this opportunity to talk to you guys and show you the next steps that we can help you achieve in turning your restaurant into a 5-star restaurant. Now remember, if there's anything that you need, please feel free to contact us with all the information listed right here. Our phone number is 123-456-7890. Our email is consultation@nextstep.com, and our website is www.nextstep.com. Also, on behalf of the Next Step Consulting Company, we would like to offer you a promotional t-shirt to let you guys know that we are still thinking about you and still wishing for your success.